Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. House of the Dragon is coming to HBO in 2022, and the first spin-off Game of Thrones series is already filming now, 2 years after the fantasy drama ended. Official images of the series have already been released by HBO, along with cast information and detailed character synopses that give us an idea of what to expect from the story. Based on George R.R. Martin's Targaryen-focused 2018 book Fire and Blood, the series is set 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It's a Targaryen-centric show that will tell the story of that bloodline, and it takes place after a new king of Westeros, Viserys Targaryen, played by Paddy Considine, assumes the throne. Here's everything we know about this new spin-off so far, including the release date, cast, and story. House of the Dragon release date. There is no more firm release date on House of the Dragon except 2022, which is the timeframe HBO has committed to. Given the amount of effects work required on a show that'll feature fire-breathing dragons, we'd be surprised to see it arrive any time before next spring. As well as launching on HBO and HBO Max in the US, the series has been confirmed for release on Sky and Now in the UK, following a new deal Sky TV signed with HBO in October 2019 that will keep HBO shows on the platforms for many years to come. Now that House of the Dragon has begun filming, HBO has been pretty open about who's in the cast and who's playing which characters. This will no doubt head off leaks about the show, though there's one additional cast member who's confirmed his involvement in the series before an official announcement, which we'll detail ahead. We're gonna be careful on spoilers here because if you go digging into the events of Fire and Blood, you might end up ruining part of the show's story. Ahead, we're going to stick to what HBO has revealed so far so you only know how the characters are starting off in the show. First up, Paddy Considine is playing King Viserys Targaryen, who's selected by the Lords of Westeros as the successor to the previous King Jaehaerys Targaryen. HBO describes him as a warm, kind, and decent man, whose main goal is to continue his grandfather's way of doing things. Now, since when does being a decent man ever get you anywhere in Westeros? Except dead. Let's go to the highest profile piece of casting in the show. Playing Viserys' younger brother, Prince Daemon Targaryen, is Matt Smith of The Crown and Doctor Who. Described as an unmatched warrior, he's the heir to the throne of Westeros. He's also capable of riding dragons, and he sounds like trouble waiting to happen. Not everyone in Westeros seems to be a fan of Daemon, as we'll be touching on ahead. Let's flip to another Targaryen. Emma Darcy plays Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, Viserys' firstborn child. It sounds like her only big drawback in this show is being a woman when the world around her favors men in positions of power. But hey, she's also capable of riding dragons, and she's of pure Valyrian blood. Olivia Cooke plays Alicent Hightower. She's politically savvy and is closely aligned with the king and his allies, and she's the daughter of Rhys Ifen's Otto Hightower, the Hand of the King. Hightower doesn't trust Daemon and regards his status as heir to the throne as a fraught state of affairs. Steve Toussaint plays Lord Corlys Velaryon, also known as the Sea Snake. He's got a big nautical energy, possessing the largest navy in Westeros and being a famous adventurer on the high seas himself. The Velaryon bloodline is as old as House Targaryen, HBO says. Interestingly, in March 2021, it was reported by Deadline that HBO was considering a spin-off that focuses specifically on this character. Eve Best plays his wife, Princess Rhaenys Velaryon. Now, she was in contention to rule Westeros, except the Great Council bypassed her status as heir to elect her cousin Viserys. The reason? He's a man and she is not. That's bound to be the source of some major tension on the show. Other characters include Devs Sonoya Mizuno as Maria, who HBO says has been sold more times than she can recall. She's escaped a life of degradation, however, and now finds herself as the closest ally of Prince Daemon Targaryen, making her a fairly powerful figure in Westeros. The last of the officially announced cast is Dornish lad Sir Criston Cole, played by Fabian Frankel. He's a commoner, but since HBO notes he kicks ass with a sword, you can expect him to play a key role in the larger story of House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon looks set to have the same mix of epic battles, political intrigue, and betrayals as Game of Thrones. With one major difference, this being a prequel, we know exactly where it's heading. That brings us to the end of today's video. Are you excited about this new series? Do let us know in the comments down below. Anyways, be sure to leave a like to the video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.